everybody. So, welcome to this. Look, I have decided to use the first part of Dolly, which is this thing you see in the background. It was so much footage, and in all honesty, it's boring. Um, I don't think it's much of a help, and I think showing the first part, the setup like this, is the best way of doing it. This isn't going to help many people. It's probably nice to see, and maybe you pick up one or two things. But I think the main grunt of this tutorial that I want to do with Dolly needs to be about the composition of it, the Photoshop file. That's the big one. And that's the one there. I'll put up the renders soon, and we'll go over the Photoshop file. This is just the setup of it. It's basic. Anyone can do it. You know, maybe while you're listening to this, have a look at what I've done. And I think that's good enough. If there's something that you want me to explain or something, let me know. But in all honesty, this is basic, okay? Anybody can do this. It's posing something, it's putting clothes on something, and it's lighting something. If it's the lighting part that you would like me to go further in, let me know. Don't mind doing that. I can do that, okay? Anyway, welcome to podcast 5, and let's go. All right. What is up, everybody? So welcome to artpod number 5. I think it's number 5. It's number 5. It must be number 5 now. All three of you, thank you very much. It's really cool. Today we're going to talk about things like AI in art. I know there's a ton of people that absolutely fear this kind of thing. We'll discuss it. See what there is to fear, people. What is there to feel? At the end of the day, the world continues to grow, okay? Technologies grow, all this kind of stuff, it continues to grow. It evolves and it evolves and evolves. You know, I remember when I started doing visual effects back in the day, to create something like fire or liquids was impossible. This was kept for those special companies like ILM or Weta, or the people that had millions to throw at these kind of things. And now you can press a simulate button and there's water. Drag and drop a fire in your scene. If you're using Unreal, you drag and drop a fire, you're done. It's crazy how things evolve, and AI is that next big step. That's all it is. It's it's just like everything else that is new. You see that NFT bullshit, that came in. That's the other thing. You can create anything and you'll get a following. It's it's humans for you. Here's a picture on the internet. How about I sell it to you for a couple of million? You own the rights to that picture. There's a whole flock of them, yeah? There's a whole flock of them. Yeah, toch. Check this out, Oaks. I'm going to buy this. No one else has this. I'm going to sell it. Come on, man. It's a picture. It's a picture on the net. It looks like shit. This board crap. I don't know, man, but they managed to do it. It reminds me of these stories or whatever of these olden days when there was a man in a caravan. Step right up. Here's a love potion for you. It works. Just put this on you and people will fall in love with you. Make you younger again. It's this. It's just the modern version of it, right? It's just the modern version of the elixir. And oh man, but once again, it's fads. They rise to popularity and then they die. It's just what it is, or they settle into what they should be. Look, man, I don't know much about NFT. I looked into it. I don't like this one bit. Everybody's trying to adopt it. The games, everyone. Luckily, it all failed. It all failed in games. It crippled some studios. Morons that bought tweets or whatever the hell it was for millions can't sell them. It's awesome. Good. Learn learn. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't like any of this stuff. Now back to AI. It's brand new. It's blowing up. Everybody seems to be doing it. It's a new thing. So yes, artists or music writers or script writers, all this kind of thing, they fearing it. This is terrifying now. All right, people. They're took their jobs, is what I'm hearing everywhere. Look, man, it's gonna get bigger. AI, this is new. It's something that came and it's incredible. Look, man, let's be honest. It's amazing, but it's the beginning. It's the beginning of all of this. It's nothing to be feared. Sure, it's gonna get bad. It is gonna get bad. It's gonna be used for terrible things. It's gonna be used to take our jobs. It's gonna be used for a lot of different crap. But it's nothing to be feared. Everything that comes, it comes. It's like a massive wave, and once that wave is over, it settles and it either disappears completely or it gets focused, which means they start creating things that are useful. And in our case, for this kind of case, I can already start seeing how it can be useful. Look, just pressing a button and making art, it's not art, but a filthy, dirty suit can't see this. He will see. He saves thousands. And this is good. This is fantastic for us, because all this does is the filthy 600, 700 threaded Armani suited wanker will say, right, we don't need artists anymore. Yeah, press a button, make art. But already we start seeing this downfall of it's a bad thing. If people make art using AI, these people are shamed. For me personally, look, I don't care, man. At the end of the day, you can always see, especially today, you can see if a piece is made by AI, or if it's made with love and soul, or if something's just this heartless thing put together. You can see. At the end of the day, there's no control over AI. There's you type in words and you get what it gives you. That's it. You can try and be a little bit accurate, but in the real world, art directors, I've had those wankers, man. Move that pixel to the left. You see that one pixel in the top left-hand right corner? Move it to the right one. You get these. Oh shit! I've had my experiences of dealing with dirt art directors. They shouldn't be art directors. They should be wearing snakeskin shoes with gold laced cufflinks or whatever. But I've also worked with the best and people that I would respect and follow and listen to, because they know what they're talking about. But like I say, AI will fall into its place. It'll fall into its place, people. It's all good. It'll fall into its place. It'll start being developed into tools that artists can use. So, should you fear it? No. You cannot. Once you fear something, it beats you. It defeats you. And this is the same thing with AI. Instead of worrying about it or shouting, going up to a mountain, standing on that mountain and screaming, "They took our tails!" Rather, take this time to understand it, learn it, and bend it. Bend it to your will and use it in your tool set. I already started seeing like texture creators, material makers, things like this, where these are actually quite useful. Creating tileable textures and being able to use it into your work and getting, like I say, it never gives you exactly what you want. It's AI based. It's nothing now. It's crap. But they are useful tools to give you good bases with, and they will get better and better and better, and they'll start being developed into, rather, instead of trying to take their job, they'll be created in more focused ways by the more intelligent or more clever people to start creating things that we can actually use, like putting this into proper 3D programs or painter programs, or things like Substance Painter, or what's the epic one? I can never remember its name, but anyway, that one. Put them in things like Blender. I mean, there's already like an AI thing for Blender, isn't there? Creating materials or something. So already it's starting to get a bit focused. Look, man, you put these tools, or the right tools, in the hands of a real artist, and you're gonna get something that, when you can take away the grunt work, or the lengthy work of what you don't like doing, and you can optimize that workflow in order to create something good and special, then it starts becoming powerful. When an artist still has power over that result, then you start getting something that's useful and that's awesome. And that's all this is. Look, man, AI is nothing to fear. Sure, Terminator 2 kind of AI. But we're a little bit away from that. We'll wait for those 3-4 wankers in their suits to come up with something that destroys the world. But for now, it's a little picture maker, or a songwriter, or a whatever, and this is fine. So I highly recommend that you understand it, you get into it a little bit, you learn it, you bend it to what you want it to do. Don't fear something like this. Learn it, bend it, make it yours, and turn it into something that you can add into your workflow or your pipeline. It's not going away. Look, it's gonna hit a point where a lot of people, say writers, music artists, hell, even coders, it's gonna take a dip, and it's gonna mess a lot with us, because, like I said, once again, if a dog in a suit can save a buck, they will. But very soon, the world will start to realize, hold on, this is the same kind of shit you're throwing in our face time over. It's got no soul. There's no control over this. It's a pretty picture. And all of a sudden, there will be a downfall of using AI for doing complete art. And the artist will be massively sought after. The good artists, they're gonna go through the roof. And it's just that it's very easy to see human nature. It always repeats itself non-stop, no matter how many books or history or whatever the hell you have. The human isn't a fantastic design. It's a repetitive loop. That's all it is. And that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see it peaking. Everybody gonna be scared, worried, and then all of a sudden it's gonna be this massive dive like this. I mean, do you ever hear about an NFT anymore? Oh geez, I'm so happy that thing is nearly dead. And it's the same with all this crap. It will hit points of either everybody can use it, which it is. Sure, things will evolve and get a lot worse. It is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. But yeah, it's nothing to worry about. All it is think of it as another tool that's going to be, refined, evolved, and put into our workflow. And this is quite exciting. I've also seen AI for creating models, which is, man, it's interesting. A lot of these things, you got to think about these tools as things that start leveling the playing field. I mean, look back in the day, it was impossible to create a game by yourself. It was impossible. I mean, looking at what these big companies had at their disposal, massive motion capture machines, realistic assets, millions spending on assets alone, creations, and this, teams of hundreds of people creating all this stuff. Now you can open Megascans and you can drag and drop an asset in. These assets are pretty much replacing AAA assets if they can use them. They use them too. So the field is being leveled. The playing field is being leveled. Companies like Epic are doing this. New features in other programs. Blender is doing this. These kind of, look, they're all companies at the end of the day, but they're actually companies that go the right way. They do things the difficult. Actually, they do things the easy way. The beauty of this is that people know the answer. Every company on earth, every wanker in a suit knows the answer of how to make something successful and how to do it the right way. It's giving. And that's a word that they cannot, they just don't know how to use. You see other companies like Epic, Epic buys a company and all of a sudden something's dirt cheap or it's free. Megascans was one of the biggest. Wow, and that was another thing. Like when Megascans became free and things like this, and metahumans, people thought, okay, they're out of jobs. They're out of jobs for making assets and stuff. It's never like that. There's always some sort of differentiation or original assets that need to be made or original characters. It's never going to fully replace, but it does get put into your workflow, and it does make you it takes away all the grunt work, which allows you to focus on the creativity. And this is an important thing. This is a cool thing. And it's the same with this AI crap. It really and truly is. They leveled the playing field when it comes to quality assets and speed of use and whatever. They're all there. You can use them, which levels, sure, not the workforce of what these companies have, but quality and being able to put something together. There's a lot of studios now making quality games, man. Quality experiences. All these little indie companies, and it's fantastic to see. Now that AI has entered the picture, sure, it's going to be leveraged for something bad or bigger companies or whatever, but it always comes back to the user. Somebody makes something that the user can use and that's given away for free or whatever, and it levels that playing field. Don't be scared of new technologies. Unfortunately, it's what it is. It's always going to be used for bad, and it's always going to be used for good. There's always the pros and cons. For anything in this world, there's always that one person that, hey, listen, let's try and do this. Let's try and create something beautiful. And then there's always that one person with his Calvin Klein jocks just coming out a little bit out of his pants. The suit's a little tight around the buns. You're looking at about 600-700 thread. The little cufflinks with engravings got a little mark on it. The hair's a little gelled back or whatever. Ray-Bans. Anyway, it's always going to be used for both. So at the end of the day, turn it into something you can use. Don't let it rule you. Don't let it scare you. Don't let fear control you with something like this. This is something you grab around the neck, you push it down, and you own it. Okay, you turn it into something that serves you. You learn it well. You don't fear it, and you use it to create or add into your pipeline and turn it into something positive. Turn it into a positive. Anything on earth can be turned into a positive. Okay, not everything, but hopefully quite a few things can be turned into positives. And this is one of those. So AI, sure, a little bit scary, doesn't matter. Turn it into something positive. Let's see where it goes. It's blowing up now because it's everywhere and people are starting to create it. Just like anything new, just blows up. People don't know what to do. They don't, oh my God, what is this? You got the suits. How do we control this? You've got this other side. How do we use it to kill an entire nation? You got this one. How do we put a gun on it? But then you get that one or two people that, right, how do we better humanity with this? The one person in the background or something. So, like I say, it's not the worst thing that could have happened in the world. It's gonna come. It's gonna come as a massive wave. Sure, that wave hasn't even arrived yet, but that wave will dissipate and things will calm down and cool things will be made from it. Okay, so it's all good. No need to go get them good. Mark to get them good. I suppose the next thing to talk about is using it in your works. Now, This is a sore point, especially in the art industry. Like, I don't know the music or the script industry that well. I really don't. The art industry, I understand and I know. And I've seen a lot more AI images popping up. Now, sometimes they're difficult to spot. If you look at them closely, you can tell right away. But sometimes, you open a picture, you turn it off, and wow, that's pretty cool. Um, and it's starting to get really frowned upon and looked down upon. And for me personally, look, I don't care, man. Art is art. It comes from anywhere. Whether you spend 10 years on an image or 3 seconds putting in a, it's interesting to see. It's not your art. It's the computer's art. It's the AI's art. But I don't care. I don't care, man. The world's too shitty enough to worry about if somebody's pressing a button to make art. It's all in the eye of the beholder. I don't care. Just let me see something pretty. That's it. I don't care. Uh, so I don't give a shit. If people want to use it, use it. It's nice to say, hey, I used AI for this. It's label what you used. If I make something, I label what I use so people can go, oh, okay, there's post work on this. He used Photoshop, he used GIMP, he used whatever, Blender, ZBrush, whatever it is. This is what he used. Cool. But there's a lot of people that don't want to put AI in how they've done it because they know it's gonna be looked down upon. It's gonna whatever. But if you truly believe that, then it's a cop out. You should be using it. You should be proud. Okay, I used AI. I did this and this and this, and a lot of people I've started noticing are using it for like backgrounds, or elements, or things which they do a ton of work on top of their main characters, whatever, or CG, and they use a bit of it in their backgrounds or this or that, and that's fine, man. It's a tool. Use it. But if you click in a few words, make robot warrior, and then the first result comes out, and you post that. Of course, man, it's not you. You've done nothing. You're not an artist. You understand that, right? You're not an artist. Once again, that could be argued. Anything can be argued. It's art that the way he put the letters in, or the way he typed it, or he used extra strong keys or extra strong taps or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just label. I used AI for this. I used AI for this entire image. What do you guys think? No one would bat an eyelid. You'd get the couple of one or two wankers that are trying to put on their 600 thread socks or whatever, going, this ain't art, man, or whatever. No one gives a shit, man. Just look at the picture. The dude has said he's used AI. It's fine. This is the result he wanted to show people. He's not proclaiming he's a god or he did this or with his own. Label it. I did this with AI. Cool. This is the result. Pretty cool, isn't it, guys? And majority of normal people will say, that's awesome, man. It's pretty amazing, these results and stuff, and it's getting better and better. Cool. Obviously, you're always going to get that one or two wankers in any life form, whatever. Even with these free videos that I do and put up and whatever, you're always going to get that one wanker. Oh, what is this? Go off, man. Go somewhere else. It doesn't matter. Stop worrying too much what people think about your stuff or what you do. That moment you can switch people off their thoughts and not let them affect you, man, you win the game. You win the game completely. So keep experimenting, keep learning, keep understanding what these things do. Stop being scared of what others think. Label your work correctly. I mean, if you wrote a few lines and you say you did this entire image, you're nothing more than you should be in a different industry, salesperson or a banker or a lawyer. Go into this industry. That's where you belong. But if you create something in AI a little bit, use it for the background, whatever, say, hey, I used a bit of this part I used it as AI, I thought it was cool, I melded this together with all my other things and whatever, no one's going to bat an eyelid. Everyone's going to go, damn, that's that's a pretty cool use of AI. This is how we can start using it. It's not about just pressing a button and that's it, I'm done. Use the tool. Use it to better your works. Use it to make incredible things. Stop fearing all this rubbish. It's pointless. And you'll see sooner or later, if you stay ahead of the game, you then understand it. You know how to use it. You know how to bend it, and you know how to dominate it. And this is awesome. It's options. That's all it is. AI is another option. It's another attribute that you can play with. It's another slider or another tool that you can add into your thing, your what is it called, toolbox, and you can learn how to use it well. Just drop something. And that's it, peoples. Don't be scared to use it in your works. I mean, damn, it's powerful, and it's gonna get way more powerful. It's gonna be an absolute game changer for a lot of things, as long as we can still keep that soul inside of it. In other words, putting your touch on it, using it to better your personal works, not just putting in a word, snow, bam, snow picture comes out. I did this picture yesterday. It took me about 3-4 minutes. That's the other thing. Don't lie about it. People know. People aren't stupid. Well, let's be honest what the world is, but they're not that stupid, okay? They can look at it and say, this is AI. So don't try and hide it. You know, I still don't understand why people lie, digging themselves deeper. Just be blunt. And people lie because they're scared of what others think about them. They want to look cool. They want to be cool. Never got this, man. Never understood this. But don't. Stop worrying what people think about you. Do what you love doing. Enjoy what you do. Use the tools around you. It's fine. It's all good. It's good, bro. But be honest. Okay, this entire image you see on my screen right now was done with AI. Cool result. Or hey, did a background. Used this on this and this, and you'll see people start. They won't bat an eyelid. You've explained it. You've told them. You're gonna, like I say, you're gonna get the word. Oh, but you used AI. You know, it's probably like this 10-year-old that's just finished Fortnite, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about this kind of thing. 7 billion, 8 billion people in the world. It doesn't matter if one or two say something. Ignore it. Don't read it. It doesn't matter. Who cares? But that's the human. It's very emotional. You know, you can get 1,000 people saying this is amazing, and you can get that one person saying Fortnite, and that's it. It's your whole day is ruined. Don't become a lot stronger than that. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't. It's you. They're not paying your bills. They don't care if you're dead tomorrow. They don't know who you are. They don't know who you are. And this is the person that's going to ruin your day? Come on. A lot better than that. So, getting back to this AI crap. Alright? It's good. It's good. It's good. It's alright. Don't worry about it. Like I say, Scottish. So, you know, multi-talented accent. Anyway, I hope this helps, and honestly, don't worry about it. It's a great tool. A lot of cool things are gonna come out of this. A lot of programs are gonna adopt this. Already, Photoshop is adopting these neural filters, which are AI driven, and they're cool, man. The results are cool, and this is where it's gonna go. If you've got the latest Photoshop, check out the neural filters. Adobe, I don't care much for Adobe, but they are starting to go a little bit back on track. Sure, Photoshop has become this bloated thing that, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, check out some of the cool filters they've been making. Neural filters are wicked. Depth of field one blows my mind. You know, there's some cool things that are being developed right now, as we speak. So, to leave you with it, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps a bit. All three of you listening, that's wicked. Thank you so much. I always enjoy it, man. I enjoy these things. I get to go on a rant. I get to talk about filthy suits. I enjoy these kind of things, and I hope you do too. And I hope this helps in any way. I'll speak to you guys later, and have a good one. Bye, guys.